years. She doesn't know how much it is she has done for this school, how much it is she has done for many of us who came under her tutelage and who came under her supervision. She doesn't know it. But tonight, we are going to express it. We are going to echo it far and wide so it resounds in her ears. I'm speaking of Mrs. Hyacinth Baker. She's our honoree tonight. And I am going to call on Mrs. Miriam Thomas. Mrs. Thomas is going to come. And Mrs. Thomas, pour out your heart and soul. All the accolades that exist. Because we are going to honor this lady tonight.
Chairpersons, guest speaker, other persons at the head table, past students. Good night. Now, when I was asked to give this citation, I did not hesitate because I would like to tell you that I came here 3 years after Mrs. Baker. So I was very happy and honored to present the citation. Mrs. Baker, dignified, respectful, and dedicated are only a few of the many outstanding qualities that describe our honoree. Mrs. Hyacinth Baker was employed to the education system from as early as 1958. Her career as an educator led her to several schools, including Albertown Primary in Trelawney, Lucy All Age in Hanover, Green Island Secondary in Westmoreland, and Geisel High School in St. Catherine. She joined the staff of the then Geisel Secondary School as a senior teacher in the Social Sciences Department in 1975. Shortly after she came and became a member of staff, she displayed excellent leadership qualities and was placed in areas of responsibilities. These included member of the timetable, assessment, and magazine committees, grade 11 supervisor, chairman CXC committee, form teacher, and acting head of the social sciences department. Not being satisfied with her academic status, in 1976, Mrs. Baker applied to and was accepted as a student at the University of the West Indies to pursue a bachelor's degree in education. She successfully completed her studies and resumed duties in September 1978. A promotion to the position of vice principal in 1981 saw Mrs. Baker working alongside Mrs. Osborne, the then principal, where she continued to make her valuable contribution to the institution. In 1986, when the pioneer principal demitted office, Mrs. Baker was promoted to the position of acting principal, assuming full responsibility for the institution. In the same manner that Moses was handed the mantle and he accepted the challenge to lead the children of Israel toward the promised land, so was this quiet giant. she was determined to continue the task with courage, energy, and patience in order to be a successful leader. 2 years later, in 1988, under Mrs. Baker's leadership, the school received high school status and the first batch of common entrance students graced the institution. This competent lady, with her excellent administrative skills and enthusiasm, was not daunted. She readily made the necessary adjustments to accommodate the changes that the common entrance demanded. In 1994, Mrs. Baker applied to the Ministry of Education for her pre-retirement leave. Due to her dynamic, innovative contributions, the Board of Governors, staff, parents, and community members requested an extension of 1 year in order for her to complete special projects in which she was involved. These included both structural and academic, resulting in the improvements of the institution. Under her leadership, there were improvements in the number of passes in CXC examinations and the addition of new classrooms, including a computer lab. The work of Mrs. Baker was one of dedication, hard work, cooperation, firmness, fairness, respect, and resilience. These qualities have enabled her to lead an exemplary life, and to her we owe a debt of gratitude and devotion. We are unable to thank you sufficiently, Mrs. Baker, for your contribution and impact on our lives. Your life has been the typical life of Ruth and Naomi. You have left us with a legacy of precious memories which will long be remembered. With your spectacular performance still fresh in our minds, the Board of Governors, principal, staff, students, parents, the community, and the school's past students association, soon to be, by virtue of love and appreciation, honor you this evening for 20 years of dedicated service to the school and the community, 8 of which were spent as principal. We salute your contribution and wish for you every success as you continue to enjoy your retirement. May God continue to be your everlasting protector and provider. August 3, 2011.